Hi students, everybody just have a look what I am going to do today. Today the project that I am working on is origami. Okay, how to develop origami, concept of design, creativity upon pleats, folds and the techniques of paper that we usually do for craft making into fabric, on fabric for fashion garments. So the basic intention has to be very clear that origami is a logic, Japanese logic, ancient Japanese logic. We have to derive inspiration from this Japanese paper folding technique and use it for fashion application. So here, as you can see, I've got different pieces of white fabric. Okay, I've got white fabric, I've got a scissor here which is essential for you, I've got needle and thread. Okay, since I'm not going to stitch it here in machine, so that's why I'm showing you the needle and thread, because I'll be doing hand stitching. Okay, and I also have an iron with me, which I'll be using for creasing and pressing. I have a table here, as you can see. There's a table here. Okay, I got a table. Upon that I have created a bed sheet, and upon that I have created a black fabric layer, so that you can understand the contrast better. So this is how the setup should be for origami design development. So let's start working on it. Okay, so here the first thing that I'll be doing is I'll be neatly ironing the fabric. Okay, I have preheated the iron, so I'm ironing the fabric, so which is very important. Without a plain flat ironed fabric, you will not be able to work. So make sure your fabric is ironed well enough. Okay, so iron your fabric nicely, and only after the ironing is done, start different variations of pleats, folds, and overlaps in a very creative manner. If you people haven't seen origami paper folding technique yet, please do not see DIY type schoolish kindergarten paper folding artwork. I would request you to see professional approach on different origami application, where we make different kinds of artwork, craft work, where it is not just only making fan pleats. Fan pleats are there, but fan pleats are very amateurish and childish thing to talk about what origami is all about. Origami is far beyond the usual fan pleats. So if you people haven't checked out all the different varieties of pleating, so I would request you once again to please have a look to different kind of paper folding technique to understand and to have confidence. So this is what I can tell you. So after this fabric is ironed properly, after the fabric is ironed properly, we'll start making folds. Okay, so let's see what kind of fold I want. First of all, you must always think not to just do the usual kind of fold that actually happens. See, if the crease is not if the fabric is not ironed properly, you can sprinkle little bit of water to make it much more plain. If it is starched, it is always better if it is starched. The starched fabric will become more crispy. You can use starched fabric. Okay, so this is how we do the first part of it. Okay, here comes the second part of it. Let us think about folding the fabric. How to fold the fabric? There are regular folds that you people have been thinking that, okay, if I fold it like this, see, you can see it in contrast. I hope you can see the black base which is in contrast, there is a fold. Okay, fine, let me fold this first, and if I fold this I have to iron it. Okay, since I'm not confirming that I'll be using this pleat, so let me not stitch it. I'm not stitching it right away. I would rather just press it, and you may just apply a few pins if you want. You might apply some pins if you want, and after pinning you can think about using it to hold the fabric, or you may detach it even later on if you wish. So I hope you have these pins with you. So I'm using these pins to hold it instead of right away stitching it. I'm not sewing it, I'm not stitching it, so I'm holding it with pins so that at least a little bit of part is held with the pin. I think we need to switch off the fan, because if the fabric is too light, the fan pushes the fabric, blows the fabric here and there, so that may create a disturbance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch off my fan. Okay, never mind, a little bit of, you can work on air conditioned room if you want, otherwise switch off the fan. See, now the fan is no more rolling, and I can guide the fabric. So see, for example, I have folded this fabric. This is one kind of fold, which is a regular pleat fold. Now what you want is, you can have an irregular pleat fold also. Let us see irregular pleat fold. For example, I want to fold the fabric in this manner, where one part would be broader, okay, then the other part. So this part I have made broader. Okay, so let me fold the fabric in such a way so that one part of the fabric becomes broader and the other part becomes narrower. This is a irregular folding here. That's it. As you can see now, so I am folding this right now. Properly hold the fabric, crease the fabric. Don't let the fabric, mold in its own manner. Let the fabric be folded in a nice pleat, so that the pleats may help you form a beautiful crease. So this is another pattern which is irregular, as you can see. Okay, I have crisscross. So this is not the usual pleat, and I'm not sure how the folds are going to be, because I'm doing a trial, I'm doing a experimentation. So that is very important, that you don't have to predetermine. You don't need to have a predetermined concept of origami design pattern. Okay, so let me do it. Let me pin it here now. There's another part of pin which goes here to fix it. This pleat should not move, so I'll pin it here, and later on I may stitch this from underneath. Means if I need to stitch it from underneath, what does it mean? I have to pull the fabric here, and across this crease line I have to sew. It across the crease line. If I sew it like that, then the pinning will not be required. So I don't require the pinning then. I will require the pin right now, as long as I'm not stitching. So I've plaited here. There's another pin I can feel from here, so I can remove this pin because this is no more required. So I'm removing this pin. So this is fine. Okay, this is one part of it. Now next, if I need to replete it in a different manner. Okay, so I can again go crosswise. Maybe I can go inverted like this, total, and then as you can see here, the formation, I can go like this, and I can end up having a plate in this manner, which is reversed, as you can see. Now see, this pattern here is reversed altogether. So what have I done? First of all, I have taken a linear pleat, plain pleat, then I took a symmetrical pleat, then I folded the fabric, then I again refolded the fabric. As you can see, I refolded the fabric here, and this edge I can put it inside, or if you don't want this edge to be like this, you can pre-decide it and fold the edge nicely, fold it and then hold it like that. Okay, so you can fold the fabric if you want. So I'm not folding right now, so leave it like this, because anyway it is going to open, because if I'm not stitching. So you must do all this research work first. These are the research work that is compulsory for you. Only after this research work is done, you can think about finally stitching it. See, I have done this research work, I am doing the experimentation, okay, and this is also not foolproof, because there is some kind of design which is coming here, and maybe I'll try to do another pleating here, maybe I'll do another pleating here, so there is a formation of new new kind of fold maybe, or I can fold it in a different manner. So you can see there is this angle is hiding inside here, so I've covered it up, okay, and this portion I'm going to maybe tuck it back like this, so this is nice here, okay. So let me once again plait it, and then maybe if I think this part is okay, nicely done, okay, if I think that this part is nicely done, let me pin it up first here, okay. Let me attach a few more pins so that these pleats don't come out. Maybe this portion you can leave it loose like this, okay, right? And let us do a second part of the video after discontinuation, because the video goes too long, okay. The discontinuation can occur, right? So maybe here, as you can see, let me do it once again for you. Okay, now you see this part of the plaiting is done here nicely, and I'm going to refold once again. Let me do the refolding and see what happens, okay, upon this. Let's see. So here as you can see that I already had a fold, so I'm confirming this fold. I'm holding this pleat fold here, and then maybe this portion, if I want, I may do another fold or I may not do another fold. It all depends. I'm trying to experiment out of this, okay. If I wish, I can do a fold. If I don't wish, I will not do the fold. And if I think this is enough for the time being, because I wish this is a skirt. Now how do I can think that this is a skirt, okay? So let me create a pattern for you first and foremost, okay. Let me create a pattern, and then I'll place the pattern upon this and cut the pattern, right? So here let me cut a basic pattern of a skirt. Let me consider this, that this is a skirt, okay. This is a skirt, right? So if I consider this as a skirt, then I would need a pattern, the shape of a skirt, so that you can understand that okay, this is the formation I can think for a skirt. Say if this is the waist and this is the shape of the skirt that I choose to make, okay, then I would rather cut this from this angle, cut this fabric from this angle. So I'm cutting it from here. Say you keep the seam allowance margin, that is a later stage, but I'm saying if practically I think I need to make a skirt, then how would I make? So here as you can see that this is a pleated origami skirt where there is a design pattern, and you can wrap around the waist, okay, and make it look like a fall. So since I don't have a doll, what I'll do is I'll take a bottle. Okay, I'll take a bottle and I'll wrap it on the bottle to see how it looks like. So I have a bottle here filled up with water. I'll take this skirt, I wrap it around over here to give it a look of a skirt. So you can understand that this origami fold technique, okay, is on the waist and this is covering on the side and this is the fold. This is how simply I can do. Okay, I have to keep these things stitched, or if the side portion is joined, this will not come out. If the side portion is joined, this fold will remain. In case you think that this fold is not going to hold, then you can attach small stitches or small beads or buttons, whatever you decide, you can manage to put. Okay, and that's how a little bit of creation I can show for origami, where I did a simple pleat, I did a symmetrical pleat, and I did overlapping pleat, and that's how a very simple concept of origami has developed. Okay, you can also think about using it on the sleeve. For example, there's a sleeve, you can see that on the sleeve, if somebody wants to wear, say this is my arm and I want to wear on my sleeve like this. Okay, so here it is, here from the arm I can attach this halfway. This is a full sleeve, as you can see, but from the halfway I can attach. So let me show you a picture after this. I'll shoot a picture and let you know how this can be developed. Till then, okay, try to work hard, try to experiment yourself and try to give it a shot. Bye.